My name is Maris. I'm currently studying the veterinary nursing course and I'm a first year. So I'm currently working 3 jobs, so they're all really flexible jobs, and this includes being a student ambassador for the RVC, and I'm also working for Bright Sparks, which is a hospitality agency that provides flexible jobs for undergraduates and postgraduates. And I'm also working as a nanny for one of our part-time vets in our Queen Mother Hospital here on the RVC, and I teach him Mandarin and I pick him up from school every other week. For working at Bright Sparks, I actually saw them in a little booth in Freshers Fair at Camden. So it just says jobs for like undergraduates and postgraduates, and I was interested in looking for a job and I found that, so I think it's quite useful to go to those Freshers Fair when you're first week in. And for the nanny job, I actually found it on our this Facebook group for our RVC community. So someone was advertising for like a nanny role for a part-time vet at a QMH, and she was looking for someone who can teach their son Mandarin and pick him up from school. The amount of hours I work really does depend on like my assignment deadlines and exam seasons. So with my jobs, I sort of can sign up for these events whenever I'm free. So when it's not too busy, I usually work around like, I guess, 14 hours a week. I think it's quite important to find like jobs that are specifically designed for like students, jobs that your employers and like your organizations would really understand that you are a full-time student and like you're probably not available to work those fixed amount of hours per week. But yeah, finding those jobs are really important.
Rails, I am a third-year BVet Med student at RVC, and I have 3 jobs on campus. I work at the Buttery, which is right here, and I also am a student ambassador, and I also work at the Hawkshead Library.
As an international student, you're allowed to work 20 hours each week. And within those 20 hours, I can vary, depending on what my schedule is for school, I can kind of choose my schedule between my 3 jobs. So as a student ambassador, I might work open days, I might do campus tours, I might go to a different town. Like for example, the other weekend I went to Brighton to do a UCAS event, so talk to prospective students and tell them about RVCs at school and also other veterinary careers and pathways that they might take. As a student library assistant, I work on the weekends and I help students check out books, find resources. I also get to study, which is quite good to have that time set aside. And then as a bartender at the Buttery, I help students unwind after their lectures or after their exams. I work alongside uni because A, it's really nice to have a little income that can help with groceries and help subsidize that. But then also B, it gives you a lot of great skill sets, either for going into your veterinary profession or also just as a well-rounded aspect of life. Obviously, balancing school and work can be a little bit difficult, but working on campus is really nice because they understand that you're a student first. So you're really able to figure out what schedule works best for you around your varying week-to-week or day-to-day schedule, whether that's lectures or labs or practicals. And since there's so many students that work at each position, you're able to also ask students to help swap. For example, if something comes up or if you realize you need to study a little bit more, there's people who can help take that. So the pressure isn't there to always work or to sacrifice school in order.
Hello, my name is Phoebe Razik. I'm a third-year BVet Med student. Alongside my studies, I have 3 jobs, one of which is being a student ambassador, with its main role being to inspire future students to come and study at this school. I also do agency work, which is a job I found here at the RVC during our Freshers Fair in first year. And this entails working for hotels, at concerts, bartending, and finally I'm also a pet sitter, so I look after fellow students here at the RVC for their pets, as well as being on the Rover app. In terms of what I like about pet sitting, probably everything. I absolutely love the job, and I think so for me I work on the Rover app, and I think as soon as you put down that you're a vet student, everybody automatically trusts you. They really want you to look after their pets. Like there's something called the white coat halo effect, and I think that's absolutely applicable to my case and to loads of other students who want to be pet sitters. But I think the best thing about being a pet sitter while studying is that you can do your studying or everything at home as well as working, and you're getting paid to essentially study more or less. So in order to manage fitting it all in, I think the most important thing is finding balance, and that's between your social life, your work life, as well as your student life. The most important thing I'd say is just not to experience burnout, which can be incredibly easy to get to if you're working so much. So tight schedules and just remembering to have some off time is super, super important. As for my hours, when I was doing bartending, I wouldn't do more than 2 shifts a week, so I believe like a maximum of 16 hours. And then when it comes to pet sitting, it's a lot more easier, I'd say, because you can study as well as work, and so I wouldn't do more than 3 weeks at a time of pet sitting in the month. But that's a lot more than bartending, because you can lie around all day and have fun and study, and it's really good at de-stressing you. I think the most important thing to remember or to know is that it's absolutely possible to work alongside your studies. There's a really common misconception, and I believe the same thing just before even applying to vet school, that you can't have a job because it's too demanding, and it's absolutely doable. I have friends who work. It's just all about being able to prioritise your time properly, and yeah, it's definitely doable.